positions. And the oldest man of 40K is now here after I changed from my green shirt. And I just realized that for like the fourth week in a row, I have not clicked open the cow and the cow suit buttons. I should have put them after, but you know, they can just float in the thing. I am Brad Chester. You guys can introduce, hold on, where are you? This way and this way, this way and this way. Tell the peeps who the hell you are.
Right,
I am the youngest. Oh, go ahead, Garrett.
Oh no, I was gonna say after you. Yeah.
I am the youngest old man in 40K, Brian Horton.
I'm the lucky man in 40K, Garrett Stacy, and I play for Watchers in the Dark, another YouTube channel you can check out somewhere on YouTube.
Somewhere on YouTube.
Look, man, there's a lot of Watchers in the Dark lore videos now because Major Kill did a few. Dark Age ones were just like put to the bottom again.
I love super. Oh my God, Brian Horton. So what do you mean? Why did Nightbot delete that? What the fuck? Okay, here's the deal. Tom set up Nightbot, and he apparently set up Nightbot as a freaking goddamn Gestapo. It's just murdering people if they talk. I don't really like our Nightbot. I feel like our Nightbot is Skynet. It's 5 seconds.
He's a little too body.
Yeah. Our Nightbot's kind of a dick. Hey, Nightbot, why don't you slow your roll, buddy? You know what I mean? Quit being such an asshole. What's up, everyone? I want to talk about the fact that I wanted the original title to be 40K News, New Shows, and Henry Cavill, please lift the restraining order on me and just come on the show. So I didn't know how that would play out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure if we begged hard enough, he still wouldn't come on the show.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure Brad would do things to him that would make him possibly want to come on the
It
show.
would get super weird.
There we go. And how do you guys think they got me?
After dark.
we messaged you with about 2 minutes to go going, hey, what are you doing?
Yeah. How goes it? I'm glad I talked to Tom before this.
Look, man.
Well, Tom told me while I was driving home, he was like, do you guys have a guest? I'm like, I don't know. I didn't get a chance to talk to Brad today because I was super busy at work. He was like, oh, Garrett wants to be on. And I'm like, oh, cool. Let me check with Brad. Brad goes, no. And I'm like, well, we should message Garrett.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was actually supposed to be on like a few weeks ago,
Yes.
months ago or something like that. So it works out perfectly.
Yeah, you just bailed on us.
Whoa,
You know,
that's not
I'm
what
gonna talk.
happened. That's not at all what happened.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Yeah, well, it could be. My memory's perfect, guys.
Yeah.
always take the recollections of the dude with the neuro problems.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong there, everyone.
Yeah, it's just nerve problems, by the way, nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. Everything besides my brain, my heart, and most of my internal organs and orthopedic stuff, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I do want to talk two things. One, we've now got Andy who's going to be doing a bunch of our social media stuff. So anything you don't like is 100% his fault. And he immediately goes, so do you have the accounts and the info? And I just looked at him and went, why? Why would you ever ask me? You need an adult for this, man.
Classic.
Second thing, I hope Matt Aaron is watching this because I'm totally shit talking him because he's going to come on next week. Hold on, next week. We had the Hobby Goblins on last week, Jacob, and he's like, what the hell, man? You just having other people on Hobby before me? We've literally asked him multiple times to come on and then went, well, how about this week? And he's like, nah, man, I'm in Guam. I'm washing my hair that night. So, and I'm like, ah.
I mean, he is on a military deployment of some kind.
Yeah,
this week,
sure.
So I'm gonna give him some pass.
He's at Dave and Buster's trying to get high score on Galaga.
Dude, you need to save up those tickets. I've been waiting 13 years to buy that PS2.
So, all of the things, some of the stuff. and we're going to talk
So,
about.
so Garrett, I heard some congratulations are in order for you. You won an event this last weekend?
I did. I won a CAG bash. I got the axe right here to prove it.
Show it, prove it.
It's very sharp and very heavy, so I won't do that. Yeah, it was a fun event. We had a lot of people show up from our local group, Jim Hammer, and it was super fun event. That's where I started competitively like a year ago, so it felt good. Second year, we win it, so it felt really good.
Nice.
So what'd you run?
What was that?
This is why
What
he's a
did you
hero.
run?
Well, hold
What army?
on. This is why he's a hero.
Why am I a hero? What is this?
He goes, "What did you run? This is why you're a hero." Also,
Oh.
Nurgle Matt just came in, and he's going to be excited about what you run with.
I did. I won with Death Guard, which I didn't realize how big of a thing that was. I thought Death Guard was doing a little bit better this season. I did a tier list video not too long ago and ranked them in F tier. But psychotically, you guys heard I sold all of my non-Chaos armies last 2-3 weeks ago, and bought all of the Chaos armies. So I've got here, I can put my house is a little bit wrecked, but we can. There's just a whole bunch of World Eaters over there. There's 27 8-bound, bunch of jackals,
Just saying, there was a
bunch of everything else.
down where he is. There was a giant explosion of toxic chemicals. Next thing you know, he sells all his armies and
I
goes to
do sell
chaos.
All my armies go to chaos. We had another trade.
Correlation? Maybe.
Yeah. It was only down the road from us too. Maybe it's just hitting me different quickly. This one's a little bit nearer. Yeah, 40 card derailment. Just like 20 minutes from where I live, like a week ago. Again.
Sometimes you got to have toxic chemicals take you to chaos. Again,
Yeah.
maybe a correlation, maybe not.
Not.
Now that the Eye of Terror is 20 minutes from your house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
definitely. Triple Flesh Mars is the bomb. Also, blood drones are amazing. That's like the best thing in the codex for me. I love them.
They were great. People that didn't deal with them died to them, and then everybody else killed them turn one, and I was sad. But the Plagueverse Crawlers, I don't think I had a single opponent kill all 3 Plagueverse Crawlers a game. Most of the time I had 2 or 3 at the end of the game, and every turn they just did work. They just like put in passive work. They're just efficient. The points are just efficient.
Plus, again, fly strat for 6-inch heroic.
Oh yeah.
Damage
Yeah, it was
2,
insane.
12 attacks. I mean, just they don't fuck around.
Yeah, they're like AP. Yeah, they're like AP2 base. You get the. I was playing Inexorable, so you could throw the trait for -1 AP on the contagion range onto them for 2 CP. They do work.
Work. Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
I did call Brandon today with a panic because I was like, hey man, Valley's got a lot of space wolves that I was going to use because I'm assuming Sam wants to use his army and just doesn't want me to go on a world tour with it. I have a tournament to go to right after Adepticon. And we had been talking about it. He's like, well, I can get most of your stuff together and you got to get some of the other stuff. And then we just haven't talked about it. And then we talked about this and he said something about Adepticon and I went, oh shit, I don't have a Space Wolves army for Canhammer. I should probably make this happen.
Yeah, it seems like a good idea to have an army for an event you're going to.
So Brandon, if you haven't started modeling stuff, I don't know what you're doing. Get on it. Let's do this.
Oh yeah. I right now I have an event next week and I'm supposed to be playing T-Suns. And as you can see, there's some unpainted T-Suns on my shelf. And so I was literally painting it all right up to the show. So I need to get all of these done before next week. And then the week after, I hope to have at least 2K of World Eaters done.
You have a giant gray wall of shame. That's a lot of shame on that wall.
I just bought all the shape. It was all I had all of my armies painted before.
No, wait, this is where I'm gonna cut Brad off on it. It is not a pile of shame. It is a pile of opportunity.
Opportunity.
It's a pile of opportunity.
That's what I
With
like.
a pile of opportunity, you have the opportunity to hobby, to game, and have a good time.
Like, I
Never
got,
a
like-
pile of shame.
I have like 8K of Death Guard behind me, so I don't feel too bad. I think Nerdle Matt will back me up on this.
He's driving through Kentucky in Treacher Raid texting us. Oh, that seems about right.
Yep.
Dangerous driving. Yeah. Ooh, you're picking up a
Work.
Sylvaneth army tomorrow? Ooh, I like that. That army's badass. Why is Age of Sigmar stuff so much better than ours? God damn
Oh,
it.
it's so. Just wait. I just hope Old World comes back. We get to use a lot of these new models. I'm a big Warhammer Fantasy fan. Still own my 8th Ed army. Oh, game's fire.
So good.
So I have a Sylvaneth army, and Steve's going to paint it for me because I unfortunately have only so much time in life. But I had a Seraphon army sitting around as well, and he was like, trade? And I went, yeah, I'll trade painting for that army without a doubt, because I don't even... And he was like, when do you need it by? And I'm like, painted. And he was like, what do you want it to be? I was like, painted. I don't care. Have fun. Enjoy yourself and have a good time. Just make it look pretty.
So many dicks
Very
in the
fair.
models. So many dicks in the models. Dude.
Oh.
I just want converted crap, to be honest, since I can't see the paints for shit. Getting that unicorn stuff eventually done. That's a long-term painting project for Mr. Blake. The law is going to be laid down.
You know, if Blake does it, it's going to be absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, I love it. Hey, Brad, it's Zach, the better looking Salamander player. How have you been? Always good, my man. Always good. We're talking toys, soldiers, video games, shows, nonsense. I mean, today is the day. I like to call today the least competitive show on YouTube for 40K and other things. Speaking of that, have you guys watched Carnival Row yet? Because if you haven't, what is wrong with you?
I haven't seen it.
I have
You know
yet
what?
to get caught up.
Hold on. I'm going to throw Cap at the camera. So,
Throw Cap.
yes, I need to slap, long distance slap.
Oh, okay.
That's a good
Yeah,
show,
no.
man.
Dude, I don't watch. I am the least knowing person of television, music, anything. I once confused like Chris Angel, or sorry, no, it wasn't Chris Angel. I thought like Chris Angel played like Doctor Strange in a show once. I was like, oh, it's like, isn't that the same guy that plays Doctor Strange? They're like, no, that's Cumberbatch or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know who any of these people
Not
are.
even close.
They're all the same.
See,
They're all the same to me.
Look, everyone,
They're an actor.
if you want to watch more media, catch up on more books, look, all you have to do is not sleep. And look, it hasn't affected me negatively at all. So just like you don't sleep, you get to watch more stuff, and it doesn't affect you. I promise.
I'm going to go with the hour of sleep I got last night may have affected me at work today to the point where one of my coworkers was like, you're a little grumpy. And I said, why do you think I'm grumpy? They were like, one of your regular customers walked in and you looked at him like you wanted to kill him. And I'm like, all right, that's fair. They were like, maybe you should have a cup of coffee. And I'm like, seems like a good idea.
Did you just do a Snickers commercial at work?
Mhm.
Nice.
Very much so. Yeah.
That's so good. You're not you and you're hungry. Oh,
You know,
It was you are not you when you haven't had any coffee and it's 10 o'clock in the morning and you're just like, everyone must die.
should we talk about this? Connor puts the, y'all going to talk about your prep for Adepticon and their interesting terrain rules. So, should I pull up the doc? I'm not playing the singles because
what?
I haven't. I didn't play it last year and it was the best decision I've ever made. I got
Really?
to do
It is a great day to drink and enjoy
Oh,
yourself.
it's so nice. And I effectively play go get it bitch for my team. So the kamikazes have me as their 40K monkey because I can't model or paint or basically do anything that adults are supposed to do. So I get sent on random excursions to get stuff. I think it's just because they want me out of the way. But I am moral support for everybody as we get our display board and models together. And not playing on that day let me hang out, see other things that are happening at Adepticon. Oh yeah, there's like 50 games happening and paint seminars and like random board games and all kinds of different shit that are happening at the tournament. And it was really cool to see a bunch of those things because typically I play 4 days straight of 40K, 2 for the champs and 2 for the team. And this year I'm going to play in the team champs. Got to get that 4-peat on. And I have to, and then I'm going to play with Kramer in the 2-man, which is basically just to hang out and have some drinks, chill out. And excuse me, it's a good time. I am there for the memes. But
Long War doubles is probably my outside of the big teams event. I really enjoyed Long War doubles at Adepticon every year. My favorite year, I teamed with Diogo Pitta and we just played Big Giant Bug Smash, and it's always a fun time.
Yeah, it's just, and you have lots of fun times. It's just your teams are just the way to go. I think I may have said that once or twice that I like any team format basically. It's just a good time. And Carrie, you're not wrong. 4 games in a day is kind of a bitch. Adepticon is the last weekend in this month, correct? I'm pretty sure I'm right on that.
Yes. Yep.
So it's a good time getting ready for the stuff. I love me some Adepticon, but they have had some terrain problems in the past.
Have you seen their photos that they've been putting up of all the new stuff they've been?
I have not. They got new people running stuff too, so it's like
so they've got they got a lot of that Nachmund terrain from Games Workshop. It's like the little buildings, the big thing with the
satellite dish
tower on it and all that stuff. Yeah, it looked really nice, and it to Adepticon's credit, what they have is remarkably well painted. And they do a nice job with that. Is everything up to the current edition stuff in standard? Last year, no, it was not, but they've been making improvements. So I got to give them credit. It's a hell of an undertaking.
I will say, I was really excited for a lot of buddies going to Adepticon because they just sold out before I could get a singles ticket, and then I couldn't get a team to really commit to it. They're ruling on 3D printed bits and stuff. Really was kind of a bummer to me.
I really don't like that at all because they put that you can't use any third-party bits, man. Like, they don't even give you enough weapons when you buy a box of stuff to make like a regular squad. There's no way that you're not using.
How are you ever supposed to play Tau with cyclic ion blasters?
Yeah, I mean, there's a.
I'm the lunatic that bought 10 commanders to have real ones, but even then that wasn't enough. It's ludicrous to me. I love converting and love doing all these different models and stuff. But it's just like, come on, guys. It doesn't like go back to the 75% rule or whatever, 70%, whatever.
75%. It was such a.
Yeah,
it was so
75%?
easy. Just it's 75% GW and you're fine. It lets people have freedom to do stuff with their models if they want to, and not if they don't want to. You know what I mean?
Yes. And I get it. They're trying to crack down a little bit on 3D printing and stuff, but
yeah, but if you're not just bringing like a shit ton of 3D printed models, like who cares if you're using rando bits? You know?
Yeah.
I agree with the cracking down on the full 3D printed armies because that isn't as awesome as we would like it to be. But cutting down the bits is tough. I also understand that they have, number one, Games Workshop has Golden Demon there. Games Workshop's a sponsor of the event. They have to play nice in the pool. I understand that, and it makes some sense. I wish we would go back to the, hey, I made it with green stuff, because guess what Games Workshop sells?
Green stuff, yeah.
Somebody send me the turn. I can't even find. I've got their packs up. Where's their terrain rules?
I don't actually know.
Literally, I'm not seeing it. I got the champs up. I've got the team tournament up. You know what I mean?
I thought they had it with. I thought it was in the 40K generic players.
40K, like the FA, just 44, the FA Warhammer 40K FA. No, it just sends you to the FAQ standard page. I need an adult.
I have to do the same thing. If I have to adult this. So.
Yeah, I mean, Karen's got a good point. GW's not enforcing the rule in the first place. Why is anybody else going to bother enforcing it? Good point on that. They just don't care. I don't know why they're being so strict on that, to be perfectly honest with you, brother.
I think it's there for the reason of, no, that's not it.
What is the reason, though? Are you just trying to...
I think that they were told by Games Workshop to enforce it, and they're just putting it there.
I guess, but like that's...
If they actually enforce it, that's a different story.
So actually, I do want to say I do want to take a little bit back. It says in the rules, fully 3D printed models must just be pre-approved for specific tournament organizers on their model policy on the website. So I guess it's not totally out of.
Right, but it's specifically Forge World model policy. Imperial armor, Forge World units must be represented by the actual Forge World models. We cannot make exceptions to this rules. No proxies, conversions, or 3D printed will be accepted.
Yeah.
That's the one that people are a little upset about, which I can understand because Forge World is tough to get sometimes, out of stock a lot, but I don't think there's any Forge World units right now outside of custode stuff that's pressingly, hot on the tournament scene.
What, Connor? Somebody give me. Oh, nice. You have to need to scour replies to Facebook message to get any info on it. I hear it's true line of sight and bottom floors of Windows that could change. Bottom floor Windows is stupid, but
hey, I love it when I'm playing Tau.
Yeah, well, I can't find anything on the terrain, to be honest with you. I look at the champs, I look at the FA of a team tournament and the Long Wars, and I see nothing on terrain. So that's kind of weird, to be honest with you. We don't. Are we using? What rules are we using for charging? By the way, can we 1.1 people or not? Because I hope not, since I'm playing world leaders in the teams. I'd like not to be boxed out 1.1.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the info and I'm not finding it.
Yeah, this is always the tough thing when you have multiple games in one place and so many different things. Because we got.
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally, I'm looking at the game system. It's one of those things where I love Adepticon. It was my first big tournaments run by a bunch of dudes I know and love going to it, but they have had a little bit of hobby lag, basically keeping up with the state of the game in their terrain. And they have all new bros running it now. You know what I mean? People that are involved in it. So I'm excited to see what they do with it. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot, man. Running any big tournament is just a pain in the ass, to be honest with you.
Absolutely, it is. It's tough to run big events and keep up on stuff. Like my big thing is with the rumors, and I'm going to stress rumors, that 10th edition is coming in June. As someone who has an event the first full weekend in July, I'm like, yeah. Am I going to have to on the fly make massive changes? So I reached out to GW's event staff to ask everyone that I was friends with on Facebook, going, hey, and the nice response I got back was, hey, we have terrain and we understand. We probably wouldn't have rules that would make our terrain invalid. And I went, all right, that's fair. It wasn't really a solid answer, but it was an answer.
I'm still caught up in the fact that I want some terrain rules for Adepticon. No, God damn it. This is your fault, Connor. Yeah, now I'm mad because I guess I need to know.
Wow, yeah. Every link I click on for it takes me to a Games Workshop.
Yep. He's just like, well, we're not.
Yeah, fair. I guess it's one of those.
Is what it is.
I mean, it could be much worse.
I'm
really.
Everybody's on the same page.
I am excited.
I'm really praying that 10th edition is all rumored smoke and mirrors. Because I think the game's in such a good spot right now.
I mean, we had 13 different factions win 13 events this weekend. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, we had a really good showing of everybody. I thought this week, when they, even their meta review, which I don't normally care too much about because it's a little bit outdated normally by the time we get to it, that it looked really healthy for the most part. Like T-Suns need a little bit of help. So does it's not Admech. What was on the bottom? Death Watch. We're on the bottom. But these are super minor things that need tweaks, really.
Don't forget, Tyranids had the third lowest win rate on that thing.
Well, they were number one for a year and a half straight.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
Advec was
but
not
you
in the
kick
red.
something too hard.
Yes, we talked
They
about
kicked
that.
him too hard.
Yeah, GW. I was just happy that they didn't do it with multiple people because GW has had historically not been nice touch. They've been a little bit handsy beating up on things that were at the top. You're like, here at the top of the meta, how about an elbow from the top ring rope? Let's put that down on you real quick.
Yeah, drop the people with
Tyranids
elbow.
were already dropping off when they hit him the last time, and then they just were like, "Oh, that elbow didn't do it. Hold on, here's a 500-pound body splash off the top rope."
Yeah. But I feel like it takes very little. If they just like tweak back the nerfs just a little bit on Nids, I think it puts them right back to a 50%.
They just got
Or-
to tweak back 2-point costs, and it'd be fine.
What?
Yep, exactly.
Look, man, like you're not taking 9 Zoes right now.
I will say, as long as they keep
100%
zone,
not taking 9 Zoes right now.
yeah, as long as zone throws don't go back to the original cost, I feel fine with it.
Dude,
There's a happy medium there.
70-point Zoes are just like,
We'll split the difference.
you know, you read that and just went, go fuck yourself. I'm not taking 70-point Zoes and some bullshit.
The worst part is, though, you're still taking a unit.
Well, you want a 5-up across you want the invuln, you want their psychic imperative.
Yeah. You want their imperative. Otherwise, it's like, oh, look, the Carnifexes are just running at you. All right, good enough.
Do you think Maliceptors can come back down? Do you think they can come down in points now? They finally been kicked hard enough?
I think if they were 200 points instead of, what are they, 220 right now or something like that, they'd be
I think they're
fine.
like 230 or something, actually.
I think it's,
They got
it's
it hard.
220, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're still playable. I think they hit the Flyrant a little too hard because the minute they were like overrun as core only, the Flyrant went, yeah, I'm not that interested in hanging out in the wide open.
Look,
I mean,
I played against John Lynn with 2 of these. They can rot for all I care at LVO. They can
so you're
rot.
not super
They're
excited
freaking
about that?
graves. No, absolutely not. I got bullied by like triple unit of 3 Tyrant Guard hidden behind buildings, and 2 of them just like waiting, punch,
I mean,
kill.
come
I
on.
was
Sometimes
so
you gotta be
annoyed.
okay with that.
No, that was abusive and it hurt.
It was abusive and
But
it
you
hurt.
could have played me with Tyranids at Adepticon and just watched me go, look, my turn. Hey, move in advance, everybody forward. What are you doing? That's it.
I mean,
And
triple
one of my
mal-
opponents stood there for a minute and went, I don't understand what you're doing. And I was like, I moved and advanced and said, go. And he was like, but you didn't do anything. And I went, but I moved closer.
I'm just excited that I spent this
It
entire
sounds like me with Death Guard. Just walk up at them.
I just
Yeah,
spent
Pass.
I just spent the last 5 minutes finding a gif of RKO out of nowhere. I just want you guys to know that.
Classic.
Look, man, I'm a child and sometimes I need stuff to happen for me.
I just saw it. There you go.
And it was the flyer. I mean, you didn't even need to change anything on the flyer. You just needed to not let him have the ability to backflip away from people. That's it.
Yep.
Once they made Overrun core locked, the Flyrant was perfectly fine.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
the ruling on Reaper, perfectly
Yeah.
fine.
Reaper's
acceptable.
fine then. Yeah, it's not. Since it's not running away and you're never interacting with it, yes, it's much. Reaper of Bliterax is much more fair.
But the minute you could flip, run, hide, jump, skip, the whole 9 yards. Yeah.
I have PTSD of LVO, of double Flyrant. Ugh.
that's the thing is that mechanic was so stupid. With it, my problem is that we could just change mechanics. We point things out too much. That is my issue on that. I wish we really went back to mechanics. Like, I still think Votann never needed any nerfs. I think they needed to have Judgment Token nerfed. You know what I mean? Just revisit it.
Yeah.
Because right now, the Votann games, it seems like you either pick up every single one of your opponent's models or you have a bad game because you don't have enough shit.
Yep.
In complete agreement on that one. Even though they're winning at a pretty good percentage right now. I mean, they are above 50. So it's nice, but I think that a lot of that comes down to skilled players versus, unskilled players. And They're still fine as an army. A few of their units are a little too expensive though. But after playing the triple land fortress, that model can rot in hell for a little while. I'm tired of dealing with it.
Yeah, the thing is that sometimes it's the bane of existence, but other times it's one model. You basically go, hey, I'm going to put 2 models on this objective. Yeah, you're going to kill me next turn, but you also get a 0 on primary.
Yeah.
So figure it out.
Yeah.
You know who I actually really like after playing Cherokee, because now you just have free reserves? Thunderkin. I actually think they're actually really cool. They're
Really?
because the biggest thing about them is you couldn't deliver them properly. Now that they can come, there's no CP cost to it. I actually like those guys.
I thought the real downside was that they're strength 7. I thought that was the real. But they didn't really have any strength 8 weapons.
Yeah, I mean, it's still just a lot of volume of shot.
That's fair.
Roll enough dice and shit will actually work.
Well, here's my problem. Are they at that point? Why don't we just take bikes though? Because it's like 35 points.
You take both.
That's
because I want so many units. I want 3 units of everything. Everything.
Yeah. I still hate Berserkers.
The one thing that Votann doesn't have that Brad doesn't like is they just don't have trash.
Yes.
Yep, they have 112 point trash units now. 130 because you're taking a med pack for a 10-man unit of kin.
Yeah.
Yep. They don't. Yeah, they're not cheap. Not cheap to bring 10 guys.
There's 0 trash in that army.
Yeah, that's my issue with them.
Well, hopefully in 10th edition we'll get Votann Wave 2, and that'll fix a lot of the issues where Votann leaves a lot to be desired in a few areas.
But at least they play, 2 phases of the game. They're not just stuck in one.
Fair, very fair, very fair.
Yeah.
They have a little bit of psychic threat. Their psychic threat's like okay. The removal of invulns and stuff is really good with them. Yeah. And they do a little bit of mortals.
Like everybody to know, I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves as much as I enjoy just randomly doing dumb shit during this cast. like finding the Gary Oldman, everyone from The Professional, and throwing it on stage. I do have trash, Andy. They're called Sky Claws, and they're trash with 4 melting guns, a thunder hammer, and a power fist. That's my kind of trash.
That's really not trash, Brad.
I will say Thunderkins are the cheapest infantry unit we have. Right? Like, they're 105 for like 3, right? So they're like the cheapest unit.
I'm going to go to KR on this. He goes, Guard was supposed to roll everything, not seeing it. I think Guard can roll everything. It's a very tough army to play at the highest level. It's very easy to be decent with Guard, but it's very hard to be amazing. But they have like a very high ceiling with lots of infantry, lots of indirect tanks. You've got good orders, but you have a lot of things that you have to decide on. So playing it at the top skilled level is very difficult. And I think that when you're seeing, I think you might see more people on Guard now that the FAQ came out and absolutely nothing happened. And I think people might go into more at the highest level of that. I think you're going to see some really nasty stuff.
We lost the plasma gun on our Arcadian shock troops.
Creed got a little bit of a nerf. A little bit.
Yeah.
Still,
a baby nerf.
Look, all I'm saying, Guard isn't anything to Death Guard. Apparently, Death Guard just rolled that army. Should be an easy W. Easy W twice.
I literally put 6 mortals.
38 one.
Yeah, you're getting
them.
Screw you, sandwich bats. I'll give you 3 turns and I'll rickroll that army with Guard. Enjoy seeing Caster Kids for 3 turns in a row when I go, hey,
game 4. I saw them 3 turns in a row.
Take 18 mortals. Take 18 more mortals. Hold on. 18 more mortals.
5s and 6s.
On what?
On re-rolling full Caster Kid units if they don't roll 5 and 6s.
Yeah, what's stopping them from doing this?
Them just physically not rolling it 3 turns in a row, I guess.
What is your new strategy? I hope my opponent rolls bad?
Apparently. Hey, it worked out for Death Guard.
Re-rolls on 5s and 6s.
Part of the reason that Guard hasn't been rolling.
I'm saying the Death Guard, the Mortal Wound Volatile Army, just walked straight through these casters.
Oh, Jesus.
I think part of the reason Guard have been not steamrolling people is the hobby lag.
Yes.
Because number one, Karsikins were impossibly hard to get. Then they released them, and they were even harder to get. So it's just one of those things.
That's a lie. They didn't even release them. They said they released them. They had like 6 boxes worldwide. So
that's not. I mean, we have a couple accounts with Games Workshop, and every account was restricted to 2 boxes. So it's like, a couple guys got Kasrkins.
You guys don't have your old metal Kasrkin in bag still? For when you bought them?
I do have them upstairs in the attic, but
there we go. I love metal models. They are one of my favorite things to collect.
I am gonna destroy the shit out of your metal models with my Kasrkins.
No, dude. Hey, I'm 100% win rate against guard. I'm 3-0 against guard.
You're about to be you're about to be 0-3 because we're gonna play 3 back-to-back games. We have to drink more wine during each game.
Okay, I'll take it, man.
God, you're just like, I'm gonna walk up versus guard. I'm just like, what even happened? You're like,
on the line. We were 18 inches apart, and I ran at the guy. I went second, by the way. He killed 3 drones.
Not even a real thing.
He killed 3 drones and like 4 Plague Marines, and I got to just roll. I killed like 3 or 4 Legion Russes.
Using D4s to roll against you?
Yeah, dude. I don't know what happened in this game. He shot me with everything, Kasrkin, everything, and I retaliated, killed 3 or 4 Legion Russes on the cracked back, and pinned the other one in combat and bracketed the last 2.
What were you killing the Legion Russes with?
Bolters, Psychic, triple.
How did you get? You have a 5-inch move. How did you get in range of any psychics?
18 inches apart.
Yeah, and he backs up.
Well, no, he couldn't see me turn 1 if he did. He just played really aggressive into me. He was like, "Oh, it's
against your army that moves 5 inches. I'll take a phone call before I shoot you. I've got time." You're not exactly running over here fast.
Hey, it was GW2, and it was one of the 18-inch resistors. So we were in the corner, so I had that perfect little blocking in the middle. It was great. I just got to walk up, be safe. Oh
my God!
I threw a Plague Skull of Glothilla at him.
It's 6 inches. How are all these things in range?
He had to walk up to shoot me. He walked up, and then I punched him.
Did he have like all of his Leman Russ's mark of corn, so they just had to charge you?
Oh, you know what? That's really funny. They had demons in the top for his commanders. They had corn bloodletters sticking out the top. And it was Chaos Guard. You're not wrong.
Just charging you all willy-nilly.
He moved up. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna drop all of your tanks this turn."
Sometimes people who are not piloting the armies do bring down the win rates of other armies.
He throws all the Leman Russes in reverse and just drives them at him.
No, not at all. Death Guard just favored the guard. That's all I know.
Yeah,
100% win.
Is how many tank shocks did he declare?
Okay, tough guy. Okay.
Challenge accepted. Death Guard versus Guard. We'll find out who the real Guard is.
If I get Brad, our first game we ever played together, if I roll Brad with Death Guard, I need another axe.
Chad,
2 axes.
Chad Brester will be my new name. I'll be with my wig on. Yeah. I'll have a Gallagher. That's way referencing. I just brought an 80s comedian into my reference.
I don't even know who that is.
So that sounds like the person in chat who said if the Kasrkin scarcity was a planned thing or not bad management on their behalf, bad management.
Yeah, man. I don't. Some of their marketing and the way that they do things is questionable. I think that the fact that we all should go to a mass intervention for our plastic crack addiction, because no matter what they do, we just keep coming back. So
yeah, well, it's like one of the guys at the store recently was like, "Hey, did you see that there's a new Farsight coming?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "You don't sound happy." And I'm like, "Oh no, don't get me wrong. I want a plastic Farsight. I want one for my army." I was like, "But every boarding patrol has been capped either 1 or 2 that the store is allowed to order. You're going to put brand new pretty models into the thing, and it's going to be like, yeah, you can order 2 of them." And the stores are just like, oh.
I hate the new Farsight, the look of it. I think the head's dumb looking, and I hate the thrusters. But I love the suit. I've been waiting for the suit for so long because I read the Farsight books, and those books are amazing.
Yeah, they are. That is a good thing. Is Azrael got a new model to go along with his new stats?
Yes.
Yep.
He crosses the Rubicon next weekend.
Because like his model is so tiny for being the chapter master. He's like, can I talk to somebody in charge here? Preferably not this 3 foot tall guy.
Or Vashtar, who they put a little helmet on and are putting him out. His rules, he's such a cool model, and everybody was so hyped to get him, and then they read the rules and everybody went,
he's a demigod. I don't understand why he's not tougher. He's almost full god.
He's 260 points. That seems like he should have been 160 for his rules.
Yeah, I was very upset when he didn't work for Death Guard. I was really hoping I can get re-rolling ones plus when they hit Plague Burst Crawlers. I
mean,
I can dream.
He just seems. I mean, like I was like, oh, maybe his Army of Renown. Cause I read his data sheet first, and then I was like, all right, that's really underwhelming. Maybe his Army of Renown makes stuff awesome, and then I read that and went, all right, maybe they put out a wrong sheet. I don't know. And
wrong sheet.
Yeah, I honestly don't. I feel like they missed the mark so hard on him. Like,
how is his hammer AP2, by the way?
Yeah. Well, I think we're seeing a slow reduction in AP in the game. I think we might start.
Yeah, but we've had some serious, like, I don't know if you met Angron. He's old angry Ron isn't playing around. He's like, hey, how about my sweep attacks? Those are still fucking you up. Just accept the fact that I touched you and you're dead. Can anyone survive that, dude, for a round of combat?
Yes. Okay, 10. I bet 10 shield drones and 6 crisis. 12 shield drones.
Yeah, you never mind. We're talking to Garrett, who's like, if your opponent only rolls ones.
Yeah.
He took 39 sweep attacks at me and hit twice. So.
Oh, dude, those. I don't know if you guys
just want to play a game sometime soon where Bobby G goes into Angron and we'll see how terrible it happens.
Yeah, Bobby G just like stands back up or something, right? Easy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Then he kills Angron and Angron goes, "Hey, I'm over here."
Oh yeah.
Blood Tide points and I'm back.
I forgot. Auspex did do a video on this. He compared every model to like Angron, every like character model to Angron.
I mean, Angron has been hitting the gym for 10,000 years. So,
and he's very mad.
Yes,
very, very.
You know what? I bet Mortarion survives. That one sounds correct.
No, he still dies.
No, it does.
He only makes half the saves.
True.
Yeah, and you can also just go, "Hey, man, I'm going to sweep attack you," and also all the 6s do mortals. So
why is it so criminal that Mortarion's like this super cool model that just costs an arm and a leg and just now dies to everything?
That's like Morty and Magnus just are like now like the redheaded stepchildren of the compared to Angron.
So sad.
So mad.
Yeah. Well, Anna's got a good point on that. He goes, Vashtar is only 80 to 90 points cheaper than Scarbrad, being basically slightly better than a Demon Prince, and you can't look out Surab, even though he's got a bunch of abilities that require him to be in line of sight. Like, why 14 wounds? Because fuck you, we're shooting that guy. That's why.
Yeah, also the Army Renown being tied to him is rough.
True, also. The Army Renown actually looks really cool.
Yeah, it's sick, but you do have to pay a 260 point Demon Prince tax.
Well, whoa. Demon Prince tax would mean that I couldn't shoot him. That dude's about to get shot in the mouth.
Yeah.
That's why he's got a mechanized model.
It's not a small model either. It's not like you're hiding that real easy.
Yes. I mean, he's still not like Magnus ridiculous, where even if you have a giant piece of terrain, Magnus is still hitting his, look at me, I'm a pretty, pretty princess. And you can never hide him because he's got a staff shooting this way, his arm over here. He's like, thinks he's hitting song and dance on Broadway pose with his giant wings everywhere.
Yeah.
Morty at least is low profile for a giant model. It's got wings, but he's like hunched over, kind of slinking around.
The best buff they could ever give Mortarion is -1 wound. Instantly playable.
That is true. It'll be amazing for armies on Crusade Force. He is a sweet model. He looks awesome.
Yes, a gorgeous model.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do like seeing. I'm not gonna lie, I do like watching Angron hit. When I played him versus Jonas at Cherokee, I was super like, oh, cool, I killed him. Oh, you're back. Killed him again. Oh, you're back. Killed him again. I'm like, you know what? You just ruined the neighborhood. The property value shit. You can live here now because I don't have enough stuff to keep killing this guy. I
I
felt
was
like,
gonna say, I like the coming back mechanic, but I always kind of feel like this is a Slanesh mechanic because of their champion or whatever, and the lore that always comes back to life.
oh, well,
So-
the funny thing is Lucius is actually playable. He was at least top 3 worst characters in the game for 15 plus years.
Oh yeah.
He was so awful. It was one of the funniest things where we were back in playtesting days. One of the GW guys were like, what point cost would you take Lucius at? And I'm like, 0. And then I paused and went, I'm not sure I would take him. He takes up an HQ slot. So he was so awful for so long. He had like a rubber dildo and a boomerang or something as his weapon. It was just so terrible.
I'm really connected to playing bad armies at the moment. I played AdMech a few weeks ago and 3-0'd with them. I played Death Guard. And now I'm getting ready to play T-Suns. So we're gonna try to play all of the sub positive win rates or sub 45% win rate armies.
I don't think T-Suns are as bad as people are making them out to be.
Absolutely not. I think they're gas, dude. I started reading these rules. I was like, oh man, I'm so ready to paint. And then I started painting Trent and immediately regretted it.
This is what I want to know. Matto, I want to see you try to paint and model a Vashtor army of Renown army before it becomes illegal. We should have a contest to see how many people can get that model or you get that army looking beautiful and actually on the table before it's no longer available.
Yeah, before
You know, I
before they
agree with
do the rules.
Steve here that Cypher is the bottom of the barrel for characters right now.
Oh, he doesn't even exist. He doesn't even know where he wants.
What?
He doesn't even
I
know
love
what
that
codex he wants to be in. He's wandering around
so
aimlessly. Hello. Lucius does need a new
You've got
model.
a demon weapon. Oh no, he doesn't have stats for it. He has stats for a knife.
Yeah. Lucius does still have. Lucius is such an 80s model. He should definitely sport a mullet coming out of that helmet. You know what?
Talking about old models, all I got to do is look at the Eldar range and then cry for a few minutes.
Oh, they were going to talk about Brad being old and
Yeah, and then crying
Hey,
sadness.
isn't that the same thing as talking about the
Yeah,
Eldar model
but
range?
true.
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
A race that got real weird and messed everything up. Oh, so I thought they were talking about me for a minute. Dude, there's no models that were lamer for what they did than the Eldar range. The most movement-based, life, jumping around, backflip, ninjas. What are they modeled with? Let's do some spiders. They look like sand people. Like, what do you do? Why do they look like that? Is this guy being held up? Was that sculpt taken while he was being accosted at a deli? What happened here?
We had a guy recently in our area return to playing the game after 20 years, and he was like, "Oh, I play Eldar," and I'm like, "Oh, that's great. You got current models." He was like, "They're 20 years old." And I'm like, "No, they're current models, man. You are golden." He was
Also,
like,
what was the
"Wait,
deal?
my scorpions that I painted
Yep.
like 20 years ago, I'm like perfectly fine, on the right base. You're ready to go."
Karandras
Is correct.
is
Yep.
literally 1 inch tall.
That's so funny. We both thought Karandras when we thought that.
When am I coming to play in Texas? I should go to Texas at some point in time. I haven't been down there in forever. So one of the tournaments, May, I probably won't go May because again, Motor City's May. But what else you got going on there? I might go. Is it at the end of May or the beginning of May? Somebody get me a spot at one of the Texas tournaments and not make it the exact same time as MCM, and I'll be there. I'm in. I'd love to come down there. But painted Doom Rider? Yes, I do want the Doom Rider. That is true. I would like to see that.
Look, I tried to get Brad to come to CAG, and all he did was kept avoiding me and didn't come. And then I win the tournament, and look where Brad's at. Not there. I'm just saying.
I'm just
Looks like
inviting.
he's dodging
I'm
me.
inviting you
He's
up
just dodging me.
for wine and a horrible beating.
Ugh.
I don't know. While you're at Adepticon, I will be in Panawawa, Canada.
Is
I
he,
don't know,
are
someplace
you just making
north
that
of
up?
Ottawa. It's like Petawawa, Pata. I have no idea how to pronounce it. I'll be in Canada at the All Is Dust GT, trying to use some weird Tyranid amalgamation to do something.
Do we have to, again, we got to do two things today. We have to promote MCM coming up here in May. And then we have to talk about the fact that Tom is going to be wearing that cow suit on the bottom right of your screen at Adepticon. Also, he said he's not buying them. So I feel that everybody's got to pitch in and we got to get him multiple cow suits so he can wear them all 4 days.
I already know that Nick Rose messaged me and was like, what's the link? So I'm going to assume that there's a cow suit on the way to Tom already.
I'm done. He was so excited about it. I'm assuming he bought at least one.
Oh, at least. At least. And Motor City Mayhem, sign up. They're a little behind on their signups where they normally are this time of year. They've expanded. They've got a bigger venue, more events. 40K, AOS, Marvel Crisis Protocol, Star Wars Legion, you name it. There's a game system. They're doing something with it there. Pete and Tom and their team do a fantastic job. Hop on, get your ticket. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I signed up today, so we should be all
Awesome.
good to go. I forgot. I missed out. I even had a notification for the early bird. Saw it. Was busy out of state, and then forgot about it. Was like, I need to get a ticket still. Oh.
BDSM elements to the cow suit. Love it.
I still say there's got to be a way that we can get Tom into the cow suit more.
Oh, dude, this needs to be a recurring thing. Like that's just how he goes to tournaments.
DOG take first spot in a major or higher.
I'm very excited.
Oh, then he'd be wearing it all the time because
I know
pretty much all of them so far.
That is true.
That's what I was saying. You guys have been killing it this year.
Hey. All right, KR is on, and you quit lying to me. Old Mr. Quintero just telling me that you're going to come to the Midwest. Keep lying to me. Get up on in here. It's a good time. Also, I heard that if you play the 2-man teams, it's a very sober event. Very serious.
Oh, yeah?
Very serious.
Brad and sober don't go in the same sentence very often.
That's not true. Brad
That's
has
not
been
true.
really
Brad has
good
been really good this
year.
I haven't played it.
He's been very good
I've been
this year.
sober at all events until after the games are done.
That's fair. That's fair.
I did send Ganyo. This is funny because he's been giving me shit about this for a while. I sent Ganyo, I go, it probably has no effect or anything like that, but since I've been playing sober, I'm 33-2. and both of those came in either finals or semifinals. So I go, maybe it affected me. Probably not. He just goes, I'm going to continue to drink my tea. Yeah.
So Brad, at MCM this year, are you after day one gonna try and go drink for drink with me in the evening again?
No, I've learned my. Look at what I tell people all the time, coaching and whatnot. Every tournament, you should learn something. That something doesn't have to be gaming related. It might be a life lesson that you learn and you know not to do again. So I have now realized that I am not going to do that and could die and then be kidnapped and then literally be kidnapped while I'm sleeping. Also, I don't know where my life is with that getting kidnapped didn't bother me and I just kind of went with it. It was like, people are carrying me out of a room after I'm sleeping. Let's just see where this goes.
It'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? Oh.
Really, I'm very proud of Sober Brad. I'm very proud of me too. Thank you very much. I need that.
I'm very proud of him because it was quite interesting to watch him at LVO because he was like, this game keeps getting easier.
I told all those guys that at the Triple C in Cleveland when I went down there and I went to an event, and I kept telling Sam, I go, man, playing sober is like cheating, man. I don't know how you guys have not been winning everything. Yeah. And he just goes, shut up. He just throws shit at me. I'm like, Exactly. Pro tip, don't feed your Brad after midnight. I am like a gremlin.
Yes.
There's so many more Brads everywhere. Ooh, might want to do that. Can I make more Brads?
I don't know. So somehow we have to get you to a place where we could like 3D scan your head, so we can make little Brad Marine heads.
We've been
just do an entire army.
I've been talking about that for a while. If the Votan was a little bit different and they actually modeled them more as space dwarves, Pajamas was talking about modeling Ohio State hats on everyone of the Votan and just making it happen. I wish that army was different. I wanted it to be more like fantasy dwarves and less like stunty dudes.
Fair. I don't know if I would have wanted them to be like that, to be honest. I just feel like they wouldn't hold up. I feel like they came out with a pretty good range, reworking into modern 40K.
Because if you look at Cat Overlords, whatever the hell their first thing is for their
Caradron Overlords.
Yeah. The Overlord, those are dwarfy. They look fantastic. And I just think they could have kept in that aesthetic and done a little bit better.
Fair. I don't know. I think they were trying to distinguish between the two, though, which I do like. I personally love the Space Forces. My least favorite model kit of all of them is the Pioneers. But I actually really love the new. But I also don't have the connection. I've been playing for like 11 years, or sorry, like 14 years. But I don't really have any connection to the old Space Dwarves, so maybe it's just that.
I
love the Terran-looking Marines from StarCraft.
I have a box of Space Dwarves in the basement still. Ooh, that's what I need, Mike. I need Brad Wolves. Brad Wolves could start the Bradpocalypse. Ooh. Now, these are things that I need in my life. Why is somebody not enabling this for me? I really want these things. Why can't they just happen?
So here's the thing. We have to plead with Matt Aaron next week to do Brad conversions.
Oh, that would be amazing.
My buddy 3D sculpted all of his heads onto his Space Marine characters.
Nice.
Like in Tech Marine stuff. That's really easy to do now.
Is it easy for Brad or easier for other people?
No.
No.
Easy for other people, Brad.
Someone can say that.
You're barely an adult.
True.
I would refute that if I didn't think that it was correct.
Old enough to be my grandfather, actually young enough to be my child.
Anna, you have to remind me to ask Tom because I will forget because, well, I just do. I get extra Space Marines if people got the talent for it. I have zero talent. I just have lots of ideas and wants. So I just hope that if I ask enough times, it will just happen. And that's how I think I'm going to continue on.
That is the way you work in life, bro.
Oh, I'll help fund the Brad Wolves. I love everything about this. Send them over. We need Brad Wolves. Yeah, if you want me to break things off, I'm super good at that. I did, even on the times, and I kept most everything together in Sam's Wolves, but Andy was there for this. I literally went to pull out, and I was like, all right, Andy, you're in charge of helping me with this. We're going to make sure this army is totally together. Everybody gives me shit about wrecking models, and I pulled the first fucking model out of the foam, and I broke a weapon off immediately, like the first one. I was like, damn it. I didn't make it 1 second without breaking something. Oh, God. And he goes, I wanted to make an adoption shelter style video showing sad pictures of suppressors where Sarah McLachlan plays to raise money for Brad Woods via GoFundMe. You know what? I'm totally in. In the eyes of the angel. Fucking suppressors.
Oh my gosh.
God damn it. If fucking Dayton didn't make me play those suppressors, would have been such an easier tournament.
What would you have had in its place? Just in a quick, 1 second replacement, what would you put in its place?
No, another unit of Skyclaws.
Okay.
I thought we were going to say Wolfen or something.
I did. Well, now my new list is literally 3 Wolfguard, 3 Wolfen, 3 Skyclaws, 3 Long Fangs. Go fuck yourself. I'm going to smash you.
That's fair.
I titled the list No Fucks Given. It's just going to go, what's your strategy? I'm taking all of my strategy from Lehman Russ. I was going to use some strategy, but then I punched him. So I love it. We need to make this happen. I need Brad Wolves, and I need them now. 100%, Samuel. Dude, I'm going to keep that going forever. He keeps going, for the love of baby Jeebus, stop blaming me for this. I'm like, no chance. This thing's going for a while. If only
But
Sam Dayton didn't make me
But at
make
some
that
point, your
bad
Brad
choice.
Wolves have to have Super Crack.
Super Crack Johnny 5. I want to put a unit of those guys in. What do you get, like 5d6 indirect, and you can make a +1?
Yeah.
I think that sounds awesome. The
new-
model's so stupid.
They're terrible looking Nerf guns.
Yes.
That's what's behind
Well, dude,
me.
Sam did send me a pic. He found an STL file for a Johnny 5 model. So he's just going to make
That's great.
the whole unit Johnny 5s.
That's great.
Yes.
That'd be fantastic in Iron Hands, by the way. I'd just be like, the flesh is weak. You are correct.
Yes.
That's why we made it.
That's why we made Johnny 5s full unit. All right, everybody, prep your book your stuff. Prep. I have no idea. Words are dumb. My fifth
Like, subscribe.
those
Help make our
things.
channel better. Follow us.
Go to
All
Patreon.
that good stuff.
Garrett,
What's your channel?
Check us out at Watchers in the Dark on YouTube.
and also he's also on Whipped Cream After Dark, also on YouTube.
Oh yeah. Look, we're about to be 4-0 against guard v guard matches. Me versus Brad Chester. We'll get him on our channel soon. We'll play this game out.
It's
We'll settle it.
just not going to happen. That's what's going to happen right there. Boom!
No, absolutely not.
Out of nowhere.
Absolutely not.
Click, boom. Shut up and take my money. Also, put a like on the goddamn the video. That costs nothing. So does subscribing. Do these things. Don't be
they are
dicks.
free.
Don't be dicks, everyone. Be cool. Remember that. Be cool. All right. Let's wave our way out of here, kids. Later.
Peace out.
Peace.